Shalom, Yasharallah. Shalom, shalom. In the name of Yahweh, God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, the God of the Bible, God of the 12 tribes of Israel, which are the blacks, Hispanics, Indians, and the Native American Latinos throughout North, Central, South America, and the Caribbean. God of the Bible from Genesis to Revelation, and the God that sent his son, a black man, to die for our sins, whose name is Yahawashi Hamashiach, who the world calls Jesus Christ. We entered last night into the first day of the 9th month, the 9th new moon, and we're commanded in the book of Psalms chapter 81, and we see there was a custom and statute throughout Israel to blow the trumpet, the ram's horn, the shawapar, at the beginning of the month. All right, so we're gonna do that real quick and get that out the way. Okay, and of course, I do it 9 times according to what month we're in. So we're going into the 9th month right now, so I do it 9 times. All right, so our people are the 12 tribes of Israel that the Bible talks about. The blacks, Hispanics, and the Indians scattered throughout North, Central, South America, and the Caribbean. Somos las 12 tribus de Israel, Norte, Central, Sudamérica y el Mar Caribe. Nos todos somos parte de la casa de Israel, las ovejas perdidas de la casa de Israel, los latinos, los indígenas, los hispanos, los negros, los morenos que llegaron en esclavitud y que todavía estuvieron acá in las Américas. All right, so what we need to start doing is announcing to you when these holidays, holy days in the Bible are coming up. All right, as I stated, today is the 9th new moon. The 9th new moon. I know a lot of you are looking over into the way that Hoshua Mariel is doing it over in Israel, going off of the Enoch calendar and the equinox, but that's not the correct biblical way to determine your months or the new year. And I'm going to do a lesson on that a little later. All right. So right now we're in the 9th month. According to, now listen, we have a government. We have a government of the children of Israel called Masharah Yasha'Allah, which means the government of Israel. And the elder of the Torah and the law enforcement of the nation of Yasharallah, of Masharah Yasha'Allah, the government of Israel, which is Nathaniah Yasharallah, all right, has issued a calendar. And on that calendar, issued by the elder of Torah and law enforcement of Masharah Yasha'Allah, of the government of Israel, the 9th month is starting on November 6th at sunset. All right. So once we get something set, that's what it is. We cannot have a system where we feel like we can go back and forth and modify and change and undo things. All right. That's not in order. That's not decently. All right. So now now the 6th day of November at sunset began the 9th month of this year that we in now. All right. Now, second to that, I won't cover the minor feast days and everything. I deal with the one from Leviticus chapter 23. The next the new year will start on April 4th, which is a so-called Thursday. April 4th is when the new year starts. All right, that's when the new year is going to be. All right. Now after this new moon we have, which we're in now, on the 6th of November. Last night it started. All right, so we're in the 9th new month now. Now the 10th month of the year is going to start on December. It's going to start on December 6th. All right, December 6th, which is also a so-called Thursday. So December 6th is the next new year. I'm sorry, forgive me. December 6th is the next new month. All right. Shalom Laka. Shalom Laka Shapat Yahawashai Yatazakak Yabalaka Yahawah Bashem Hamashiach Yahawashai Yam Laka Wamashpakah. All right, so Yashar, remember now, these are the official dates issued by the elder of Torah and law enforcement of Mashara Yashar. This is his office that he was installed into. All right. So the next new moon after today is going to be when? December 6th. December 6th is the next new moon. December 6th is the next new moon at sunset of December 6th, which is going to be a so-called Thursday night. So Thursday night. The next major holy day, according to Leviticus chapter 23, that we have coming up is going to be the Feast of Unleavened Bread and Passover, which is going to be on the 18th of April. April 18th at sunset is going to be the first day of the Feast of Unleavened Bread, aka Passover. All right. So April 18th, mark that on your calendars. April 18th is going to be when we start Passover. All right. Don't let nobody give you no different date. These are the dates issued by the elder of Torah and law enforcement of Mashara Yashar, except no other dates. If you have any discrepancy, you can contact me or you can contact the elder that issued these dates. After research, for over 3 years of research in these dates and the movements of the constellations that affect these dates. So if you have any questions, you can reach out to him, Nathaniel Aliyah Parashah, or you can reach out to me, Parazah, and I can give you, edification on these dates if you have a problem with them. All right, don't just say, well, I'm going to do what this group is doing, or this group is doing, or my camp is doing, or what Hoshua Mariel is doing, what he says. You got a discrepancy, deal with the proper government official, which is Nathaniel Yashar, which is the elder of Torah and law enforcement. These holidays, the new moons and the Sabbath, those are all Torah issues, because we are instructed about these events and we are demonstrated how to count these events in the Torah. All right, in the Torah, not in Ezekiel, not in John, not in the book of Enoch, not in Revelation, but in the Torah. So as the Torah, as the elder of Torah and law enforcement, these are the dates that were issued, and these are the dates that we have to go by. All right, that's what it means to be a nation. We flow in unity. You can't keep having everybody doing their own thing. All right, and nobody wants to be corrected. Nobody wants to do things the way that we're supposed to be doing them as a body and as a unit together. All right, so we really have to look at how we do things and conduct ourselves as a nation, doing things decently and in order. Look at the Muslim. They got 1 day for Ramadan. They got 1 day for the Eid Mubarak. All right, they have 1 day. They do things 1 day. Catholic Church, they got a whole list of when they're going to do their feast days. When you come to Israel, our people, we got one group of people doing things on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different dates for one observation, and that's ridiculous. All right. So we, the brothers and the elders of Banya Yashar, all right, are here to say that we're following the guidelines that were given to us by the elder of the government that's over the Torah and law enforcement. If you don't like it, you got a problem with it. If you want to, that's on you. I have nothing to do with that. I'm just doing things decently and in order. So when I stand before the Most High, that's what I can say. I'm doing things decently and in order. All right. So we got all that out the way. So when is the next new moon? December 6th. Mark that on your calendars. Thursday, December 6th is the next new moon. When is the next biblical appointed holy day from Yahweh? Leviticus 26 is going to be April 18th. And it's going to be Passover, Feast of Unleavened Bread, April 18th, as the sun is going down on so-called Thursday. All right, so we got that out the way. All right, I had to do that because my whiz, I was talking with my whiz, and she was saying, yo, we should we should go ahead and you should. I didn't know when these dates were, when this date was going to be. So I'm going to make the announcement every time now when these dates are, when these holy days and new moons and everything are going to come up. All right. Now this is the little Seder book that we have. All right, that deals with the holy days and deals with the prayer for the Sabbath. All right, and deals with the formalities of worshiping and things like that. All right, now, so let's get into it now. What we're dealing with today? Today we're dealing with haters, we're dealing with blessings, and believe it or not, we're dealing with voting issues. All right, that we're going to see inside the scriptures. We're going to see it inside the scriptures, but it deals with this Torah lesson that we're going over today, which is the fourth day Aliyah of the Parashah Toldot. All right, of Genesis, which is that the fourth day Aliyah. The fourth day reading is Genesis chapter 26, verse 23 through verse 30. All right. So what we're going to do, if you're still with me, we're going to jump right into the reading. And I know usually what we do is we read it straight through, and then we come back and do the little midrash about it. But today I'm going to read the verses, and then I'm going to stop and give the midrash. All right. So we can just flow through it a little better. All right. So I know that, Yahushua Yatazakak, he probably got things that he needs to do. I don't want to use them. No. Kevin, yo, what's going on, man? Big up yourself. Big up yourself. Big up yourself. All right. All praise to the Most High. Bless up, Kevin Stone. All right. Caro Carmona, Shalom. ¿Cómo está? Hola, amiga. Está con nosotros. Lo siento que no estamos haciendo la enseñanza en español, pero tal vez puede entender un poco de las palabras que digo en inglés. Y si tiene algunas preguntas, me puede llamar o me puede escribir las preguntas y te puedo explicar de qué estamos hablando en esta enseñanza. ¿Okay? Estamos leyendo, como puede ver en el título del libro de Génesis, capítulo 26, versículos 23 a 30. Okay, gracias por estar aquí con nosotros, aunque no entienden toda la palabra que estamos diciendo. Okay. So we're reading from Genesis chapter 26, verse 23. All right. I'm going to start. Now we left off with the haters came. The haters came and they filled up the wells. They filled up the wells that our father Abraham dug. Now Isaac goes out and they filled up the wells. They were straight hating on him, filling up the wells. So his sheep, his cattle, his goat, he wasn't able to feed the animals like he was supposed to. So the Hamites, Africans, the indigenous Africans, they filled up the water wells, and then they went to another one. They filled up that one, and then finally our father Isaac, he dug a third well, Rehoboth, which means room, and then the Most High blessed him. He was patient. He exhibited virtue of wisdom. He controlled his anger. He didn't kill these Hamite Africans, which he would have been within his rights to do so. When you violate the water rights of a people that are in an arid area, all right, in the arid area, and you violate a person's water rights, and you dig in wells. We see the issue that we have with the so-called white man today, with the water that he's polluting, all right, from all these pipelines that he's digging on our ancestral lands throughout the Americas. So this is a big issue. But Isaac was patient. He was forgiving, and he showed grace to these people, all right. And then we're going to see how the Most High ended up blessing him anyway, all right. So now we're going to go into the book of Genesis, chapter 26. We're going to start with verse 23. And he went up from there to Beersheba, and Yahweh appeared unto him the same night and said, I am the Elohim of Abraham thy father. Fear not, for I am with thee, and I will bless thee and multiply thy seed for my servant Abraham's sake. And he builded an altar there and called upon the name of Yahweh and pitched his tent there. And there Isaac's servants digged a well. So the common theme that we saw was servants and wells, servants and wells. So our service to the Most High leads us to a what? A river of living water, like a well coming from out of our stomachs, which represents, which represents the purity, represents life, and then the purity represents life and going into repentance. Out of your belly shall flow rivers of living water, representing Yahawashi Hamashiach, who is the water that we drink from, that we would never thirst again. Once we really consume him, we're never going to be searching and seeking for other doctrines, other theories, other ways to do things. And that's why all these we have all these pop-up doctrines coming up now, because they haven't been filled with the love of Yahawashi Hamashiach. And that's why they look at elsewhere on all these different books, trying to change what has been done. And their walk with the Messiah is not increasing, is not getting better, is not getting stronger. Only their knowledge of things is increasing, but on the negative tip of knowledge, on the left-hand side of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. The things that Enoch says in his book are not from the right side of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. They're from the left side of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. So we have to be very careful about the books and the knowledge that we try to consume and repeat. The Sumerian text, the Hittite text, okay, the cuneiform, a lot of those books are older than the Bible, but the knowledge in them is not holy knowledge from the Most High. So we got to be careful. All right. So now Abraham was given a promise by Yahweh, and now Yahweh is coming to our father Isaac, saying, "Man, I'm gonna bless you too, for Abraham's sake." And then Isaac builds an altar to the Most High, sacrifices there, and then they dig another well also. So with the blessings comes the labor involved with the well. So each blessing is going to push us further ahead to dig down deeper and strengthen our foundation for that water to come through. All right. The foundation is Yahawashi Hamashiach. You can't lay no other foundation greater than Yahawashi Hamashiach. So as he's digging this well, and as we dig our own wells, we got to make those borders around the bottom of the well secure so that it doesn't collapse in. So once you're rooted and grounded in Yahawashi Hamashiach, Hashatan can't come and start taking them bricks down piece by piece by piece. Okay, the water stays secure, and you constantly dipping into that pool for encouragement. You constantly dipping into that pool for edification. You constantly dipping into that pool for motivation to move forward in obedience to Yahweh. All right. So now let's go into verse 26. And Abimelech went to him from Gerar, and Ahuzab, one of his friends, and Phicol, the chief captain of his army. And Isaac said unto them, "Wherefore come ye to me, seeing ye hate me, and have sent me away from you?" Okay. So now Isaac is saying, well, so this guy Abimelech, he came with one of his closest companions, and he came with the leader of his army to go and check out Isaac. Now the Most High is abundantly blessing Isaac, and he sees the Most High is with us hardcore. So now he said, well, look, man, I might have made a wrong move with this guy. Let me go again to him, like I went to his father. And we're going to see how the same game he came to, he's still hating. Isaac just said, hey, y'all hate me. What y'all coming to see me for? When you hate me, why you coming to me? You hate me. All right. So now what's happening is that these people that hate him are trying to come to him to make some type of peace with him. All right. Now the Most High said, you know, if your ways and if your actions, your thoughts please the Most High, now he will make even your enemies to be at peace with you. Right. So now we're going to go on to Genesis chapter 26, and we're going to start to read from verse 28. And they said, we saw certainly that Yahweh was with thee. So we saw that Yahweh, they said they saw that Yahweh was with our father Isaac. We saw certainly that Yahweh was with thee. And we said, let there be now an oath betwixt us, even betwixt us and thee. And let us make a covenant with thee, that thou wilt do us no hurt, as we have not touched thee, and as we have done unto thee, nothing but good, and have sent thee away in peace. Thou art now the blessed of Yahweh. And he made a feast, and they did eat and drink. Now, if you've been following along with me on this journey of going to the Torah, piece by piece, you'll remember this is the same type of conversation that our father Abraham had with Abimelech and Phicol, the same people. I'm going to go back to it so you can see it. And this is where the whole voting part comes in at. So the haters came, and then the Most High continued to bless. And when the Most High Yahweh blessed them in spite of the haters, now the haters come and say, you know what, let's try to be cool with each other, because they see the Most High was with us. See, Isaac did not rely on the leaders. Listen, Isaac did not rely on the political leaders of the people of the land that he dwelt in to help him improve his situation. Isaac relied on Yahweh and on the grace given to him through his father Abraham from Yahweh to improve his situation. Isaac didn't go and say, hey, Gerar, you don't need to be king. We need another king over. No, Isaac trusted in the promise that Yahweh made to him. And a lot of you don't trust in Genesis. A lot of you don't trust in what you read in Genesis. You don't trust in the blessings. You don't trust in Hamashiach. You trust in the white man and the politics of his country. You trust in Mexico y los políticos de México. Se confían en como el sistema. Y el sistema no es un sistema bíblico, no es un sistema para nosotros, es un sistema para nuestros enemigos que no ponen confianza en la Biblia. The system is not for us. The system is for our enemies that don't trust in the Bible. So here we see our father Isaac, all right? He's doing what? He's trusting in Yahweh. Because now Abimelech is coming with a promise. Hey, man, let's make peace between us. I ain't going to do nothing to you, you know, because it's voting time now. Hey, we sent you away in peace. We ain't done no wrong to you, is what he just said. But I guess he forgot about how his people did what? They put dirt inside of the water wells that Abraham dug. These were big wells with a lot of water supply coming out of them. And these Hamite Africans went and put water inside of the well. That's the same the so-called white man did to us with Black Wall Street when they dropped bombs on Israelite businesses and they were lynching black men, Native American men that were working with the black people also. They burned them alive. They hung them from bridges. They tied ropes on their necks and put them on poles and put them on trees, and they murdered them. The same way that we see Abimelech's people stopping the wells of Abraham. We see that our people, when we move forward, so-called white men always want to come and try to stop up the well, try to stop the progress of our people, right? They want to pay black people to murder other black people. All right, they want to pay black people to murder other black. They want to pay Hispanic people to murder other Hispanic people. They want to pay Israelites to murder and kill and oppress other Israelites. All right. So what happens? So when we see a unity, a move forward, Satan jumps in, and Satan tries to stop that progress. We see the same exact thing happen to Abraham. All right. He moved forward. His son Isaac takes over, and bam, the work that Abraham did, the Gentiles try to undo that work by stopping the progress of Isaac. Isaac, you too rich. You got too much livestock, man. You got too much servant. We need to stop these wells so you can't move forward. We need to bring poverty. So there was a conspiracy against our father Isaac. Shalom, Ikaran, Shalom, Regalia. There was a conspiracy against us. And this conspiracy follows us even to this day. Because you are looking to the people of the land that oppress you to be the same ones to give you some type of relief. You forgot about Martin Delaney. Look him up. You forgot about Marcus Garvey. All right. You forgot about the teachings of the people that came before. You forgot about Harriet Tubman. All right. You forgot about Sojourner Truth. You forgot about Nanny in Jamaica. You forgot about Captain Cujo in Jamaica. You forgot about Joseph Chatoyer over in the Caribbean. All right, St. Vincent's. All right. You forgot about Goyatle, he who yawns, also known as Geronimo. You forgot about the Tatanka Iotake, also known as Sitting Bull. You forgot about the leaders before us that pushed forward, all right, with property and land, fighting for dirt so that we could build something as a people. But nowadays, we try to incorporate ourselves into what Abimelech and his people are doing, into what Abimelech's country is doing. We want to vote for them to include us. Now, the same promise he's making to Isaac right now is the same promise that he made to our father Abraham, which means what? He broke his word. And now he's coming back to the people trying to say, hey, okay, we're going to try this again. All right. Now, in the book of Genesis, chapter 21, I'm going to read verse 22 and 23. Now, pay careful attention. The same exact thing is history repeating itself. To the son happened to the father. And it came to pass at that time, Genesis 21:22, that Abimelech and Phicol, the chief captain of the host, spake unto Abraham, saying, God is with thee in all that thou doest. This is what they said. Same thing. Now, therefore, swear unto me here by God, that thou wilt not deal falsely with me, nor with my son, nor with my son's son, but according to the kindness that I have done unto thee, thou shalt do unto me, and the land wherein thou hast sojourned. And Abraham said, I will swear. All right. Now let's read verse 25. And Abraham reproved Abimelech because of a well of water, which Abimelech's servants had violently taken away. You see? So the same thing they did to Abraham, they did worse to the son, because they didn't take the well away. You take the well away, you still can access the water when those people not around no more. But they said, no, we're not going to take the well from Isaac. We're going to stuff the well up with dirt. We're going to stuff the well with dirt. So this is what we're going to today. Meaning that the Republicans, the Democrats, they've made all kinds of promises to our people since the 1800s. They made all types of promises to the native people of the land of America, the tribe of Gad, called the Native American. All types of promises they made, broken every single one. And you want to still go out and vote and believe that the devil has changed his way of doing things. And you don't rely on the blessings and the promises that the Most High made to your fathers in the Bible, in the Torah. You much rather rely on a man-made document, on a man-made system of government called democratic constitution. You much rather rely on democracy and capitalism and the Constitution of America, democratic capitalism, Constitution of America. You much rather rely on the voting system that the U.S. government has put forward for you, knowing that the voting system for the presidency is a hoax, because what they call the Electoral College cancels out any concept or any possibility of one man, one vote. There's no such thing as one man, one vote. The Electoral College cancels out all of that, which is a group of people that are elected according to the jurisdiction they come from to vote for the president. So no matter what the so-called primaries or whatever say, they can vote any way they can. All right, let me give you an example. Kennedy, he lost the election. Lincoln, he lost the election. But the Electoral College is the one that put them in office. But they lost the popular vote. Meaning they lost according, the citizens of America didn't want them for president. And there's been other cases too. You don't believe me? Look it up. I'm spitting pure facts. All right? It's called politricks. And if you want to use it, you can say it's politricknology or trick knowledge, as they say in the 5%ers, which is the knowledge of the devil that he uses to trick our people. You see? So now, when we go back to Genesis chapter 26, he made verse 30, he made a feast and did eat. Okay? So they said, okay, well, you know what? I'm going to enter into this agreement again with you. All right? So he said, you know what? I'll make the agreement with y'all. Y'all don't touch me. I don't touch you. That's the agreement. And Isaac never went out and touched the people. When they came against him, he didn't touch them. He didn't go against them with violence. Because he had already said the statement with his father that we wasn't going to hurt nobody. But if they would have ran up on us, it'd been a different story. See, Satan will try to provoke you by moving things around you without actually touching you. See, that's what happened with Job. The animals, the children dying, none of that moved Job. And then Hashatan had to ask the Most High for permission. Can I touch Job now? And then he touched Job. Okay? Then he touched Job, and Job got sick. Job got diseased. Job had all kinds of things going on with his body. And he still stayed right on course and trusting and believing in Yahweh, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So Hashatan is coming at our father Isaac, which is a black man, saying, look, man, we're going to make a peace treaty with you. Don't mess with us because we haven't done no harm to you. But they already made the same agreement with his father. Now, why they got to come and make the same agreement again? They made the same agreement in Genesis 21. Why they come in Genesis chapter 26 making the same agreement? Why? Because they liars. Because they speak with a forked tongue. And that's the same way with American politics. And we still constantly thinking that voting is going to change something. Only thing going to change something for our people is Deuteronomy chapter 30, when we have to repent and come back and obey the laws and the commandments of Yahweh as a nation of people. So when the haters come, bless the haters, man. The scriptures tell us, bless them that hate you and that curse you and despitefully use you and do you wrong. All manner of evil against you. They did the same thing to Yahweh. They did evil against him. But now they run up on you. You always have a right to defend your person and the persons of the bodies of those that are around you in your cipher. Or any brother you see something wrong happens, you have the right to step up and to defend your people at all costs, any place and any time. All right. So now the haters came. He stayed his ground. He stayed in the spirit of mercy and focus on his mission. All right. So when he stayed in the mission of focusing on his mission, the Most High ended up still blessing him. And at the end of everything, here come Abimelech trying to get him to vote. Okay, let's make this agreement again. Not vote, but make an agreement. All right. And Isaac said, okay, I'm not going to mess with y'all. We cool. Water under the bridge, because he had bigger things to look to. He had bigger aspirations to worry about. All right. He's dealing with the lineage of the Messiah is going to come through his family. And the Most High tells him, man, I'm gonna bless your seed, man. I'm gonna bless you, and I'm gonna bless your seed after you. All right, that's how the conversation, that's how this section even started. All right, with the Most High saying, I'm gonna bless you and I'm multiply your seed for the sake of Abraham. Multiplying the seed means he can have many children. was that happened through Esau and Jacob being born. All right, that like we saw in Genesis chapter 25, when Esau and Jacob were born, around about verse 21 through 25. All right, so now we're in a situation where we've inherited the blessings, and we see a physical reflection of the grace and mercy and favor that Yahweh has given us. Okay, so once we see that, it encourages us to stay in the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. So when these Gentiles come to us trying to get us to go with their program and voting in a ballot or whatever, we can't go for the okie doke like we've been. Like Isaac did. Isaac didn't say, okay, I'm gonna put my trust in Abimelech. Abraham didn't say, okay, I'm gonna put my trust in the kings of Sodom because I just delivered their people, so now I'm gonna put my trust in their political system. You can't put trust. This political system around the world is not the most high power Yahweh. Even the political system in Israel that they use today is not of the most high power Yahweh. So we can't trust in their political systems. Don't go for the okie doke. All right. We got to trust in the promises and the covenant that Yahweh gave to us and our people forever as a testament to his goodness. All right. So overcome the haters with love and with good and with humility, but if somebody run up on you, sometimes you got to just do everything in your power to knock their head off their shoulders. They run up on you. So we're not advocating any type of pacifist, any type of general pacifist stance against direct hostile aggression or threat in no way, shape, form, or fashion. People with their mouth, keep your hands to yourself. Right? Keep your hands to yourself. That's why a lot of these little debates and stuff that people are having on Facebook, calling people out, calling people names. See, we didn't have that back in the day. All right. When I woke up in this truth in January 1994. And the elders that was around from 1986 and from 1930s, and they didn't have them type of words with each other because they talked about these things in person. But a lot of brothers get stuff twisted on this cyber communication, and they say a lot of disrespectful stuff to people because they're not being led by the spirit of the Most High Power Yahweh. They're being led by the works of the flesh, not the fruits of the spirit. And you know them by their fruits. Look how they talk. What are they doing? All right. What are they doing? What are they promoting? What are they pushing? Repentance or being correct on a particular doctrine? What are they promoting? What are they pushing? Is it argumentative? Look, just read and review the fruits of the spirit. All right. Read and review the fruits of the spirit, and read and review the works of the flesh. Okay. So, man, believe it or not, that's all of our class or for the Torah Aliyah for today. All right. Anybody got any questions out here? Okay. All right. So just to review real quick, today is the first day of the 9th month. All right. According to the office of Nathaniel Yasha'Allah, which is the elder, the Zaquan of Torah and law enforcement of the Council of Mashara Yasha'Allah, and is the Ra'ash Zaquan Shapat, the head elder judge of Banya Yasha'Allah. All right. Now this he was here. This calendar was reviewed and revised in May of 2018 in Mexico by the elder himself. All right. So now the new moon we're in now is the 9th new moon. It's the 9th new moon, which started on last night, November the 6th. November the 6th. And the next new moon is going to be on December the 6th. December the 6th is the next new moon. And after that, the next holy day we have coming up, I'm not going into Nicanor or Purim or Hanukkah. I'm going into Genesis, Leviticus chapter 23. The next holy day we have coming up is on April 18th, which is the Passover, the Pesach, Feast of Unleavened Bread. From April 18th at sunset is the first day of the Feast of Unleavened Bread. April 18th, right before sunset, is going to be the actual Pesach ceremony that you're going to do. And then after the sun goes down, you actually enter into the first day of the Feast of Unleavened Bread on April 18th, 2019. All right, so that's it. That's all we got for today. Hear, O Israel, Yahweh, our God, Yahweh is one, and you shall love Yahweh your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 4 and 5. Hear, O Israel, Yahweh, our power, Shema Yasharallah, Yahweh Eloheinu, Yahweh Echad, Wa'ahabta at Yahweh Elohayeka, Bakal Lababka, Wabakal Napashka, Wabakal Ma'adka. All right. All praise to Yahweh, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God of the Torah, the God of the Tanakh, the God of the New Testament, from Genesis to Revelation, that sent his only begotten son, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, a black man who died for our sins, who the world calls Jesus Christ. His chosen people, his holy people, are the blacks, Hispanics, and Indians in North, Central, South America, and the Caribbean, which are known as the 12 tribes of the children of Israel, as well as those of our people that are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, including Nigeria, parts of Nigeria, including parts of Ghana, including parts of Ethiopia, including parts of Kenya, and including sections and parts of India, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, under various names of the descendants of the slave trade. All right, so that's it. Everything is, pretty straightforward on this Torah portion. If you have any questions, any comments about anything that I said today, and you want a quick response, inbox me or send me a message. If you're on YouTube, you can just send me a message or ask at the video. I'll get the notification. But if you're on Facebook, you can just inbox me, and I'll get that message a lot faster than the notification of the different posts that people put up or whatever. I get notifications, so I'll get right. I'll get the message, actual message from you if you have a question, or a question or a concern about anything that we went over today. Now, I don't see anybody with any, I'm assuming we don't have any questions. All right. All right, Matrina, what's going on, cousin? All right. Ain't talked to you or seen you in a while. Much love to you. Hey, Kevin. Hey, no doubt, man. Hey, Kevin, I got a lot of love for you, man. I see you, man. Baka yard, man. So I see what you're doing, man. And big up to your son, man. The little one. All right. Big up to your son, man. The one that will just complete another year of life, man. So tell him that the brothers down in Mexico, what I'm saying, we salute him. Hallelujah. All right. Ikaran, Khan, hallelujah, all praise to the Most High. No, we don't have any questions, man. Oh, all praise to the Most High, Kevin, man. I appreciate that, man. It means a lot to me, man. Anybody got any questions? All right. Daniela, anybody got any questions? The brother Yahweh Barak, Yahweh Shai, you got anything? Yahweh Shai, Yatzakak, you still with me? Ikaram, anybody got any questions about the lesson that we just went over? Azriel ben Yisrael, Tyhan, King T.I. Johnson, Regalia Dawad, anybody got any questions? Ivory Wing. All right, anybody got any questions? The boy Judah Precious Thomas, anybody got any questions? We're gonna wait a minute, see if anybody got any questions. All right, if you don't got no questions, we're gonna just end the broadcast. All right, I thank the people. Remember, I thank the people that were able to join us today. And remember, this is a new moon, so ain't no working jumping off today. Ain't no working today. All right, ain't no work going on today. All right, ain't no work going on today. So ain't no work. Cook yourself some little meal, get you some turkey bacon or some beef bacon and some drop biscuits, you know what I'm saying, and some scrambled eggs or some grits, some salmon patties, all right, some toast, and maybe some grape jelly, Concord grape jelly. Have yourself like a little new moon brunch. Shalom alaikum, mama. You feeling better now? Okay. Todo está bien ahora. Y nadie tiene ninguna pregunta. Okay. I'm gonna hit you in 10. Okay, Connor, good. I came in too late. All right. Well, thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. Just go ahead and replay it, man. When it stops, it's not a repost, but it'll just be on my page, man. It's a live broadcast, but then when it stops, it'll be up. ¿Por qué todo el mundo está mirando allá? Pizarrón, ¿qué está allá? Está mirando más los vocales. Okay. All right, y'all. So, hey, this is it. We're getting closer. We're getting closer to the new. Pueden decir la salud. Estamos más. We are closer to the new year that we have in April coming up, and then we got the 12th Hebrew Israelite Summit jumping off in Atlanta in January. In January, we got the Hebrew Israelite Summit is going to be jumping off in January in Atlanta. So y'all make sure that y'all come down there. And then we got some more events that we're gonna maybe be trying to do before and after as Banya Yasha Allah for all the Yasha Allah for different edifications and different instructions and things like that. All right, so check that out also. All right, keep up with when the Hebrew Israelite Summit is supposed to be. All right, check that out, and make sure you participate. Make sure you participate in that. Come on out to that in January. In January of 2019. All right. I forget which weekend it is. Actually, let me check it real quick and see what weekend it is, and I'll get to you exactly. Going to the Mashara Yasha Allah Elders Group, and it was posted in there. All right, so the Hebrew Israelite Summit. Let's see. Let me see. Give me a second. Let me find it. I want to get it to you. Well, you're gonna have to learn where's the location and everything. Anyway, it looks like it's gonna be the 24th to the 27th in Atlanta. All right. So let me get back to the calendar. 24th, 25th, 26th, and 27th, which is so-called Thursday to so-called Sunday. That's when the 12th Hebrew Israelite Summit is gonna be. So come on out to that. We'll have different things, available for the brothers. We have the meet and greet, have the elders speaking, and then have the Torah, the Sabbath, the Sabbath class on the Sabbath, and then we'll have the families all getting together on Sunday, which is going to be the 27th. All right, so hopefully, if the brothers and sisters on here now, you can sit down and talk one-on-one, in person, at this summit, in Atlanta. What is that? Wait. That's 2018. I said 2018 in January. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, all right. So appreciate it though. All right, y'all. So that's it. That's all. Any other thing, like I said, hit me up in the inbox, or if you're on YouTube, send me a message and I'll try to respond to you as promptly and quickly as possible. Stay tuned because we got maybe about 2 more lessons we might do today. We might do one on the new moon itself just to show you, because there's a lot of confusion about the new moon and people argue and dispute about it when the time comes up. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back and I'm going to show you from last year, 2017, when everybody was doing the Passover pretty much in the same time period. All right, when everybody was doing the Passover pretty much in the same time period. And then what I'll do is walk you through the biblical and the scientific method that was used to get us into the time period that we're in now, in terms of the as far as why we're doing the new moon in the new year and the Passover, the way that it's being done, the way we're doing it right now. Okay, so stay tuned for that. So I'm gonna actually walk you through from last year, and we're gonna go month by month and explain to you when the new moon started, what month it is, and how suddenly brothers made a big jump. They said we're gonna basically just kind of skip a month, and we're gonna skip forward, all right, without making an account for the time in between that they kind of just looked over. So I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna take you from 2017, and then I'm gonna take you to 2018, and then we're gonna go to 2019 and show how we're gonna get the same Passover. Everybody pretty much observing the Passover the same way when it comes to the one that is gonna be in April, which is gonna be April what? April 18th. All right, April 18th is gonna be the first day. April 18th at sunset. It's gonna be the first day, but I'm gonna actually do a lesson and walk with you through how the biblical and the scientific protocols have been met by the methodology that's used by the elders of Banya Yashala when we counseled and looked at the information for the new moon that we put out there, the new moon information that we put out there. All right. So that's it. That's all. May the Most High Yahweh bless you in the name of Yahweh Shai Hamashiach, which is a black man that died for our sins. Khan, the 18th, Khan, Kevin. All right. So yeah, the 18th, that's what it is. Now, once again, man, all right, I always tell people this, you gotta listen. The dates that we come up with, we are avid, hardcore observers of the Torah and walk in the footstep of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach as far as loving our brothers, loving our sisters, not saying evil words and not planting seeds of division, not holding no grudges against people, all right, and not speaking evil against people, being very careful how we say things. And once again, the love of our people is the second greatest commandment. So that's what we always have to do. All right. So I said that to say this. That's the background of how we came up with modifying, taking what we see in the scriptures that's been translated into the Hebrew or translated into the English, and then looking at that, and then looking at ephemeral information, and then using that to say, okay, this is when the dates are going to be. So it's not just we just come up with a date listening to what somebody else said. We actually study the scientific methodology and the biblical methodology, which a lot of people don't know. What are the biblical methodologies to determining the new moon? A lot of that comes from Josephus, but Josephus, remember, he's not the Bible. Josephus is not the word of Most High, but he does give a lot of good points that we should adhere to, because a lot of it does line up with the with the Bible, or with the scriptures in general. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over the calendar basically, and also if you go to the YouTube page, go to Banya Yashala right here, Banya Yasha'Allah on YouTube. We have a special section just about the new moon. Old lessons from like old lessons from like 11 years ago, I believe. All right. Old lessons like 11 years ago, and recent lessons from a few months ago, where we show you the whole picture of the new moon. So if you really want to understand the new moon and the crescent moon or the black moon, or the new moon Sabbath, and why it's incorrect, why the crescent moon is incorrect, okay? Why? Go to Banya Yasha'Allah on YouTube, and when you go there, look through the playlist. And when you go on the playlist, go to New Moon. And when you go to the New Moon playlist, you'll see all kinds of videos about how Satan is using basically our own people against us by bringing back the demonic Babylonian influence of worshiping different gods and different goddesses and demons, and doing so through our observation of the new moon improperly. All right, bringing back the old Bible, all of these things, the crescent moon and determining the Sabbath by the new moon, historical facts that both of these things were used by the Babylonians. So this stuff that people are debating about now goes right back to Nimrod. And because they haven't done the research, because they listen to what Gentiles have said to them from books written by Gentiles, all right, because they don't have the understanding. So you got to go back, look at those videos, go to Banya Yasha'Allah on YouTube, go to the playlist, and then look at new moons. Because all these things we arguing about now go back to Babylon. It's not even an argument. The Babylonians observed the new moon as the beginning to count the Sabbath. Israel didn't do that. The Babylonians did that. It's historically proven fact. It's not speculation. When you go into the crescent moon, the Babylonians observed the crescent moon at the beginning of the month. Israel didn't do that. I'm sorry, not the beginning of the month, but the beginning of their counts. All right, for the days going up to the Sabbath that they were going to observe. Yasha'Allah didn't do that. So both of these things go back to the Babylonians. That's not things that we did as the children of Israel. So what Satan has done, he's been able to seduce men that don't observe that don't properly observe the Torah thoroughly. All right, full-time Torah observers, full-time Torah students are the only ones qualified to give a final statement on particular doctrines. That's what I'll say. Because Hamashiach said in the book of Matthew 5:19, he said that to do and to teach the commandments. He said, whosoever shall do and teach them shall be called greatest in the kingdom of heaven. So just doing and teaching the commandments alone is what the kingdom of heaven looks at in order to call you great. So once they say, you know what, he's doing and keeping the commandments, he's great. Now they say, okay, you can share this information with other people because you're actually teaching the commandments first. But if you're not teaching the commandments, man, you're not doing the commandments, you don't have a leg to stand on in any type of debate because you can't go back to the Torah and prove what you're saying. All right. Now you say, what calendar do I observe, Kevin Stone? The calendar that was put out by the elder of Torah and law enforcement of Masharai Yasha'Allah. Right. It's not a particular name to it, but I'll try to inbox you actually the calendar, as well as I'll try to upload the calendar to banya12.com right here. I'll try to do that when I'll try to see if that can get done today. To banya12.com. I'll try to upload the calendar if it's not there already, and I'll try to inbox you the calendar also, Kevin Stone. If you can inbox me your phone number, it's easy for me to get it to you on WhatsApp. So if you can inbox me on WhatsApp, if you can inbox me your phone number, or send me a link to your WhatsApp, on Messenger. Okay, I can look for it on Messenger also and try to get it to you. So I'll get it to you either way. It doesn't have no special name. Well, actually, I had a very close brother of mine that had died, man. Me and my elder were trying to work with this brother to do a lot of things, and his name was Ashlahab. All right, his name was Ashlahab, man, and he died suddenly. It was a real sad, it was a real sad experience, man. The brother just passed away suddenly, and the calendar, his name was put on the calendar, as a namesake and as a sign of respect, man. One of the most upright brothers I knew in terms of Torah, in terms of trying to do the right thing, man. So we call it the Ashlahab New Moon and Holy Day calendar for all Yasharallah. So it's the Ashlahab calendar, actually. So yeah, so that's pretty much the name of it, but it's not like it's a calendar that he innovated or created. It's just the name we put on there as a memorial, to the brother that died. It's not the calendar that he came up with or that we got from his book or anything. That was his name, the calendar. All right, so I'll try to get that to you as soon as I can, and we'll try to go into that lesson. Stay tuned, or check on Facebook, check on YouTube a little later, because we'll also try to do the video for explaining the calendar and how we did the research to come up with the calendar, as well as maybe me and Zaquan can get on here together and and explain it and do the calendar video together. Yeah. I got the answer, so I deleted my question. Okay. All right. I still see it though. If that's the question about the calendar, it's still there. All right, y'all. So remember now, practice your Hebrew, because the Hebrew, not just what the words say, but practice your grammar and practice your grammar and practice your vocabulary so that you can grow stronger. All right. So that's it. I'm not gonna keep talking. All right, Shalom Alaikum. All praise to the Most High. Hallelujah.